these questions are asking us to find the domain of the function. And we need to know where the domain can't be to figure out where the domain can be. So it's easier to find the values that aren't allowed. So a denominator of a fraction cannot be equal to 0, and the inside of a square root cannot be negative. So if we look at the first one, we want to figure out what would make this denominator 0 and then exclude that value. So if I take 3x minus 6 and set it equal to 0, you probably could figure it out without actually solving it and see that x is equal to 2. So what this means is x can't be equal to 2, because if you plug 2 in, then your denominator would be equal to 0. And they want the answer in interval notation. So it's everything except 2. And in interval notation, that would be from negative infinity to 2, union that with 2 to infinity. So that means everything except for 2. Looking at question number 2, we have a fraction, so we have a denominator, and we have a radical. So we know that x cannot be equal to positive 3, because if you plug in positive 3 to here, that's going to make it 0. If we look at the radical, if I plug in negative 2 there, that would make that equal to 0. And it's okay to be 0, but it can't be negative. So that's kind of our cutoff point. So x is going to have to be greater than or equal to negative 2. So it can be equal to negative 2. It can be greater than negative 2. But it has to be. It cannot be less than that. So my interval would be starting at negative 2 and working my way up to 3, excluding 3, but picking back up on the other side of 3 and going all the way to infinity. So that's my answer. Again, another way of writing that in words, if you wanted to write it in words, would be greater than negative 2 and not equal to 3. So greater than or equal to negative 2 and not equal to 3.